Let's get back with the show. Our first guest up tonight, she's been on the show before. She's an author, she's a sports performance coach, and an aspiring actress. Let's give a late night welcome back for Karen Goeller. Karen, what's up, baby? How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
What's going on?
Oh, not much.
It's been a while since you've been here, and you know I'm into nostalgia. January 28, 2010, you were here.
2010, okay. Yeah.
So what's going on? I know you've been putting out a lot of books lately, and your most recent book is, which one is that? Sports Lessons Learned.
Yes.
Talk to me. Tell us what's going on.
Well, this is the most recent. It's for little girls, 6 to 9 years old, and it basically tells a bunch of different stories about little, 6 to 9 year old girl athletes of different sports that have learned life lessons through their sports, such as working hard or the consequences of not working hard, setting goals, and staying focused, stuff like that. I have a full gymnastics version, but this one actually has boxing, skiing, swimming, ballroom dance, golf, and a couple of other sports. So it basically speaks to more of the population than just the gymnastics version of the same book.
So that's good also in building self-esteem for kids as
yes,
well, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you got next?
That's the most recent. This book actually started it all, gymnastics drills and conditioning exercises. I wrote that after an accident in 2000 and I couldn't work anymore. And the guy that created the CrossFit programs used the first edition of that book to create CrossFit, which has evolved. So that book has really influenced the gymnastics and fitness industries.
I remember when you were on the show, you suffered a permanent spinal injury. And with a lot of hard work and therapy, you overcame it. And Mostly, but you carried on. You're never going to overcome it fully. But the odds were against you. And look at you now, and you're more full of life than you ever was since you've been here.
Oh, good.
I'm impressed. She is.
Thanks. That's good.
So what's next? What do you got here?
Well, then after that, years later, I started the Swingset Fitness books, which were about a year before TRX, basically using a swing set as the equipment. So gravity and your body weight and the swing are the forces against you when you're attempting each exercise. So it's pretty challenging. I originally wrote this for like firefighters and military people, but then realized that there are enough exercises in Swingset Fitness for beginners as well. So you really can start off with Swingset Fitness, but you can't outgrow it too soon because there are so many challenges within those workouts.
Not bad. What do you have over here?
The most recent fitness book is Legs Plus Workouts. I created Legs Plus Workouts in 06 or 07, long before the HIIT programs were popular, the high intensity programs. That's meant to do the same thing. It's short workouts, but you break a sweat usually by the second exercise. They're pretty challenging workouts.
This is great. You know what you should do? But you should get more girls with bathing suits in here next time. that did your workouts. Because
the photographer wanted me to wear a bathing suit, and I chose not to.
No, this is cool. I like it.
It's funny.
Thanks.
This is just like a journal for college athletes if they want to track their workouts. I don't remember what year I did this, but it's the one that I promote the least. I'm not sure why I brought it today.
That's all right. Listen. You got everything here but the DVD set.
Exactly. This one has nothing to do with fitness. It's basically my life story since cancer surgery in 1991. It goes from shortly before the diagnosis up until a couple of years ago when I wrote the book. And it basically tells you how I've struggled with a resulting factor of the cancer surgery, and how I've lived with it, and how I support myself, and I live independently, and I never thought I would. So
why don't you tell the audience who don't know a little story about that?
Okay.
Wasn't it like a misdiagnosis back in the day?
No, it wasn't a misdiagnosis, but it was a very late diagnosis.
Okay.
If I would have gone to get checked, it started out as malignant melanoma, which starts as a normal skin cancer, but it can grow throughout your body. It can actually metastasize, and end up being brain cancer, and it can definitely kill you. So when I went to the oncologist in NYU years ago, they didn't know if it was going to be too late or not for me. They didn't know if I had 2 weeks left to live or about 1 to 5 years left to live. So they did the surgery anyway, took out the melanoma. It was pretty big, but it didn't spread, thankfully. They also took out my lymph nodes. Those are basically filters in your body. They filter out the proteins. And because they took the lymph nodes out in my leg, I have to deal with swelling in my leg every day. But I've been very disciplined, so the swelling is minimal compared to most people with lymphedema. But that's only because I've been very disciplined with eating, exercising, and elevating my legs. So.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I know cancer's a scary thing these days.
Yes.
It seems like more and more every day, someone has some kind of form of cancer.
Yes.
It's true.
It is. A lot of it has to do with the horrible processed food that we have, I think.
It's 100% true.
Yeah.
So a lot of people going organic and everything else.
Yes.
Now you got to tell me about this. Since the last time you're here, you're a sports performance coach, and the other thing is sports scientist. Explain these two talents.
It's all one talent.
Okay.
It's basically using science to train athletes. So you're not just doing bodybuilding with an athlete or general fitness. You're actually doing exercises that are very specific to their sport, and you're doing quantities that were scientifically proven. For example, if you do a set of 10 repetitions, it has one effect on your body. If you do a set of 20 repetitions, it has a totally different effect on your body. So athletes of different sport need to train differently. So my athletes all train differently. Most of them are gymnasts, but I do have boxers, cheerleaders, dancers, swimmers, and they all have to train differently for their sports. So.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, thanks.
Now the other new thing, since you've been coming to the show through the years, and you're always here supporting us. Now acting, you're an aspiring actor. What got you into it at this point of your life?
It's crazy.
I always ask people that question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I actually was laid off from a very high-paying coaching job. And I always had in the back of my mind I wanted to try doing voiceover or commercials. So I started looking for casting calls for those, but then ended up seeing film work casting calls. So I've been doing film work ever since. Yeah.
And I know you're looking for an agent as well, right?
Yes, definitely.
Agents are the hardest thing to find, and you can talk to the actors that are here tonight. I mean, there's a lot of fly-by-night agents, and I'm not going to mention any of your names, but they really can't do much for you. You might as well just go online and go and just get all the background work and everything yourself, pretty much.
Right.
But to get a real good agent, it's really hard.
It's incredibly difficult.
It's very hard
because,
and it's like anything else. I could do 200 shows, and then finally someone might say, okay, well, this guy's doing 200 shows, maybe he's doing something. But it's like going on 100 background jobs.
Right.
They want to see you do a lot of leg work, a lot of road work.
Yes.
Before they even want to work with you. Who knows? Maybe I'll get picked up when I'm 60, Well,
I've gotten myself at least 100 background and featured and speaking roles within the past 3.5 years.
I see you worked on Blue Bloods,
I
The
did.
Good Wife.
Yes, I loved Good Wife.
What else do you
I
have
really
here?
did.
Gotham.
Yes.
To name a few.
Yeah, I've worked on most of the popular ones that are filming here in New York, but I also recently have done industrials. I had a lead role as a doctor in an industrial. I had another lead role as a fitness person in a fitness documentary recently.
Nice. Now listen, that's almost your time. I got one more question for you. Your favorite nonprofit organization?
Oh, that's Greyhound Friends of New Jersey.
What was that, dogs?
Yes.
You have a
Greyhound
dog, right?
dogs, yes.
I like that dog.
Thank you.
You got him in the car, right?
Yes. She's not in the car right now. My mother is dog sitting right now. Her name is Cookie.
Cookie, okay.
Her racing name was Snooky.
All right.
But the people that had her before me didn't like the name Snooky for obvious reasons, so they started calling her Cookie.
All right, cool.
So her name is Cookie.
Well, keep me informed what's going on.
Okay.
As time goes on, you come back on the show. Hopefully by then you'll have an agent.
I hope so.
And wish you all the best. Everybody,
Thank
Karen
you.
Goeller.
Thank you.
That's it, the entertainment business. It's a long road.